Hi there, Little Plum here. Welcome to my Minecraft channel. I built this tunnel a while ago so that I could get between my kind of underground storage base and this little area where I have my little villager breeder set up and some other things. And right now it is super ugly and I think it's time to fix that. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to be using some quartz pillar blocks and we're going to kind of create this long line down the hallway, adding some other quartz blocks here with a kind of neat cobblestone-ish type pattern, but kind of white to lighten up the area a little bit and make it not so dark. And then I think these chisels, I think they're chiseled blocks. They're chiseled quartz blocks. I think they look really cool, especially when you place them like this. And I'm going to add some upside down stairs above them so that it's not too busy. So that pattern kind of just peeks out on the one side. And I think it's kind of a really neat way to design this. And I kind of want to go for this white and green theme, but unfortunately I don't have a ton of copper that's been weathered, so it's going to look a little bit weird for a while. And now the idea was, or is, to get put up a pressure plate right here so that whenever I enter the tunnel, we have some automatic lights that turn on. And then I was thinking about also putting a dispenser with some swiftness arrows in there so that when I'm running down the hallway, I can go a lot quicker. So with pressure plate and automatic lights that turn on, I'm going to have to do a little bit of redstone. So let's see how that goes. Here I have the redstone lamps, and I kind of tested them on a practice world, a world that I do in creative, just to kind of see how it goes. And what I want to do is I want to step on a pressure plate and then I want to turn these lights on. And I thought it would look really cool if it just sort of like goes down the hallway. So like as you're running down the hallway, it all turns on like as you're running, and it's not like on and then off. It's just kind of like a, like a, I don't know, like a design that goes all the way down the hallway. But so now the kind of question is how am I going to set this up? I am not very good at redstone. I haven't done very much of it. So it's a little bit tricky because I need a signal to go from down in the floor where I step on a pressure plate up to the ceiling. So I kind of did a little bit of research online. It looks like one way to do it is by using these redstone torches where if you place them on top of each other, they're opposite of the one above them or below them. So here, if I put some redstone dust here, and then if I put a torch underneath it, it will turn on the redstone dust above it. So now the redstone dust above it should be on. And now if I put a torch underneath this one, it should turn that one off, which turns off the redstone dust, which means that the light is off. So that's kind of how I want the starting state to be. And then when I press on the pressure plate, because I'm walking into my tunnel, I want everything to flip the other way. So here we have one on, so now it should be on. Yep. Okay. Let's see. And my entrance will be kind of back there, so we want the normal state to be off until we press on that pressure plate. So that means we do need to go down one more. And here, right down there. So if we stick a redstone torch underneath that other redstone torch, now it should flip the switch. So that's on, off, and our light should be off. It should flip all the way to where it's off. Okay, now this is the state we want it to start at. So now the question is, how am I going to how am I going to flip the switch basically? How am I going to turn all the redstone torches that are on off and all the ones that are off on? So what I decided to do is I decided to use a sticky piston. So here's my pressure plate. That's what's going to activate it. And then when I step on that, I'm going to have the sticky piston is going to push open. And then I need to kind of close a circuit so that it flips all of my redstone torches. So let's see, I've got to kind of line it up right. And I think, yep, right there, that's where that line is where my pressure plate will be. That really kind of helps to see what I'm doing. So let's put that sticky piston there. And then what I was going to use is I was going to use a redstone block because that can be pushed and pulled by the sticky pistons. There. And so now when I step on the pressure plate, that should push that down, and then that will activate that redstone. Let's see. Is that going to work? Wait, it's off, and it's still off. Okay, no, that didn't work. Well, the piston moved. You can hear the piston, so that worked. But I think the issue is that redstone dust is already activated, probably because of that redstone torch. That's what it is. Okay, so this redstone dust has to be unactivated. So it has to be, yeah, just unactivated. And then when it hits this, when that extends and the redstone torch hits it, then this redstone dust should activate, which should deactivate that torch. That's what we're looking for. Let's see if this works. Let's see. Step on it. Ah, that's it. Perfect. So that redstone dust had to be deactivated. When I step on the pressure plate, it activates it, which deactivates the torches, which is a chain reaction, activating the redstone up on top, and then it works. Okay, perfect. That's okay, cool. Figured it out. Every day you get a little bit better, don't you? Let's get up to the top now, and I only had set up a little bit of redstone on my redstone lamps up there. I think we need to finish that up so that they all turn on and off when this is activated. So I played around a little bit and I thought that this is a really cool way of doing it. And it is a bit resource heavy where I'm doing a redstone repeater and dust alternating all the way down. But I thought it looked kind of cool. And then you can change how many ticks the redstone repeater does to either slow it down or speed it up. And right now it's at the fastest setting. And we're just going to do that all the way down the hall. And you can see why I skipped ahead. It's a long hallway. All right, time to test it out. Let's see if it works. Okay, let's jump up here, and there it goes. Perfect. Oh, that's so cool. Now, the other thing that we wanted to do is we wanted to put the dispenser with the arrow of swiftness. And so I put an observer there. So when that redstone torch changes, it'll activate the observer, which will activate this dispenser, and I should get shot with an arrow. And the arrow is swift, moving, fast. It makes you speed up. So I'm hoping to be able to be fast enough to catch my light, but I'm not. So I have to slow down my lights. I'm not fast enough, even with this. And I'm not sure how much I like this because I get pushed back whenever I get hit. So the arrow of swiftness is really helpful to go fast, but it kind of throws me off. So I don't know. Well, we'll play around with it and then we'll see. All right. So I adjusted a little bit. Let's check this out and see. Okay. I fixed the dispenser so that I would not get thrown to the side. However, I'm still not fast enough to catch the lights. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm totally happy with this, but let's try one thing and adjust the lights to begin with. So right now the repeaters are all, I haven't touched them. Well, I touched some of them where I pushed them back a few times so that it has a bit of a tick delay, so it goes slower, but I didn't catch all of them. So you could see in the beginning I could keep up with the light, but then at some point the light went super fast. And so here I have to adjust the repeaters and then they'll have a bit of a tick delay, so it'll move a little bit slower, and that'll help. So they're all adjusted. I think it's time to try it out and see if I can keep up with the light. And you know, you want to be running through the hallway in the light, not in the dark. And I adjusted the dispenser a little bit. I didn't use an observer. I just hooked up some redstone. All right, so I'm hit. Let's go. Let's see. A little bit of an obstacle here. All right, I'm okay. I'm keeping up. I think I'm fast enough. Oh, perfect. That works. So I can have the lights on while I'm running in my hallway to get from one side of my base to the other side. I think that's pretty cool. All right, we're getting there. Now, I played around with this a little bit, and then I thought, you know what? I don't always just run in one direction, though, in this tunnel. I'm also going in the other direction. But then I have a bit of a problem because the repeaters are set up where it only goes in one direction. And then what do I do if I'm going back to this part of my base from the other side? And then I don't have any light. And so I decided to, you know, redo things a little bit. And what I'm going to do is, instead of having the light kind of cascade down the hallway, I'm just going to have the lights turn on, and then they're going to turn off. And then it's light when I'm in there, and I can enter on either side of the tunnel, and it works. So I guess if I'm going to redo how these lights work, I have to get into the system a little bit. And I might just take that dispenser out because, I don't know, it's getting hit with an arrow. It's, you know, it just throws you to the side. And even though I put these copper blocks here so that I wouldn't get thrown, it still kind of throws me off. And maybe I just rather run as fast as I can without the swiftness potion. But either way, if I'm going to have the lights turn on and off, I need to clear out some of this area here and get rid of these repeaters and kind of start a different way to do this. I can't just use this anymore because when I'm stepping on the pressure plate, it activates the redstone, but when I'm off it, it turns it off. And so that would just immediately turn the lights off. And I need more time to run down the hallway than just, you know, 1 second of standing on a pressure plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little different. I'm using a dropper here, and I'm going to put, so there's my dropper, and I'm going to put a pressure plate on the floor. And what's going to happen is whenever I step on the pressure plate on top, it's going to activate that dropper, and we're going to drop a block. And when that block lands on that pressure plate, it should activate the redstone. So I think we can try it out and see. So I should step on that pressure plate here, and a block will drop, and it'll activate the redstone. Perfect. And that redstone will stay activated until that block either gets removed or despawns. And this, I won't have access to this in the future, so it'll just, the lights will be on until that block despawns. And so I think that's what, like 5 minutes or something? That's more than enough time for me to run down my hallway. And then eventually it'll just turn off on its own, which is perfect. It's like automatic lights. They're kind of motion censored, and then they turn on, and and they stay on for a little while until they turn off. And this is how I decided to do it. I kind of want to have these redstone torches, and when they either turn off or turn on, it's going to flip the switch and activate the lights. And so it's a bit tricky to figure out exactly how to make it work, because here they're on and the redstone lights are on, and this should be my normal solid state where nothing is happening. So here I'm going to do this. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. So I'm going to do this a little bit differently. So this still isn't a very good shot. So we're going to do this a little bit differently. When this redstone dust here activates, we want the lights to turn on. And so I'm a little bit unsure how to do that. If I just put redstone torches along the side, they just turn on the lights. So I need these redstone torches to somehow be off, and then I need them to turn on when the redstone dust activates. So I think what I need is I need that redstone dust to begin with to be active to turn off. Yep, I need this redstone dust to be active in order to turn off the redstone torches. So this needs to be on. Here. So that redstone torch needs to be on. This dust needs to be activated. And then if I put a torch here on the side, it will be off. Perfect. That's how we need it to look. And then when that redstone dust turns off, because it's activated from the pressure plate, then all the redstone torches will turn on, which will activate the redstone on top of the redstone lamps, which will cause the lights to go on. So this is a really kind of a long circuit, kind of a tricky thing, but I think it's going to work. Let me set it up. So we're going to have redstone all along the top here in order for the torches to be off. And then when this all flips in the other direction, it will turn the lights on. Okay, this is a long hallway. So let's catch all the way the redstone dust on the top of the lights all the way down. If they don't have redstone dust on the lights, they won't turn on. Oops. There we go. But even though I put all of these torches here on the side, I really don't think I needed this many. I think one torch will light up quite a bit of redstone, so I probably could have used maybe a quarter or an eighth of the number of redstone torches. But I did it this way. I had the materials. If I ever need redstone torches, I know where I can steal them from here on out. And plus, I think it looks cooler this way. But I think it's time to try it out. So this redstone dust is activated. The torches are off. I should be able to step on that pressure plate. And it should put down a block onto the pressure plate below it, which should flip all of my redstone dust that is on, turn it off. Everything that's off should turn on, and the lights should turn on, because right now they're off. So that's how it would work. I think it's going to work. So when that redstone torch turns off, it'll be like there wasn't one, so it's a little bit easier to test it just like that. So we'll put it back, and now we'll test the pressure plate. Let's see. Here we go. Everything's all set up. Pressure plate on the bottom. I've got some blocks in the dropper. That redstone dust is off. Let's step on it, and everything should light up, and it's lit. Perfect. Yep. See, there's the block on the pressure plate. Redstone dust is lit. All my circuits flipped. Those redstone torches would have turned on, and we have lights all the way down the hall. This is pretty cool. Let's see. Ooh, I'm missing a spot. What happened here? It's that redstone torch. That's activating the redstone dust below it. We gotta get rid of that. And perfect. I must have thought I was putting up a light when I put up a torch. Okay. Now the lights are on the whole way down the hallway. Oh, wait. Yep. Because see, there we go. Yep. It was that redstone torch. And now I want to see if it actually turns off, because once those blocks despawn on the pressure plate, it should turn the lights off. It's just a matter right now of waiting, because it takes a while for items to despawn. And it's kind of been a long wait. And we're still waiting. And waiting. I suppose this is a good time for me to wait also for my copper to oxidize, because I want it to be green in the end, but it's taking a long time to turn green, and a long time for these lights to go off. Well, at least it'll be on the whole time I'm in the hallway, and probably for whenever I go back as well. Wow, kitty cats, you guys are patient. But you know, at some point, those blocks will despawn and the lights go off. Oh, thank goodness. I was worried they were going to stay on forever. It does work. Okay. So now that I have it working on one end of the tunnel, I need to set up the same system on the other end so that when I enter on the other side, the lights will also turn on. All right, it's all set up on the other side. Let's take a look. Let's step on that plate and they're on. Excellent. Now it works on both ends. So I can enter the tunnel in either direction and my lights are on. And it's the same concept. They're going to be on until that block despawns. So I have plenty of time to move down my hallway. Oh, I'm so excited. This is going to work so nice. All right, folks, I finished. I've waited long enough and almost, well, the iron's oxidized, but it's not completely oxidized. So it's about ready to go. So let's do a final run through. Let's go check out my tunnel. All right, let's go to the entrance. I still need to work a little bit on the entrance of how to get in because this isn't 100% done yet. See, we'll be coming from over here, entering into our tunnel. And you can see it's mostly green, but not completely. And now what's really cool is the pattern on the floor with the lamps. I thought that turned out really neat, having that kind of a wavy pattern down the line. But our lights are on top. Let's see if this works. And they're on. And they're staying on. And it looks good. Here, I actually removed the pressure plate. Let's put that back on. Oops. Pressure plate goes right here, and then it'll also work in the other direction. And then if we want to go up, we can just, let's see, is the light outside? Still good. We'll just go up here. And then we're at my other base. So that worked out really well. I have a tunnel now that goes through through the ground so I can get real quickly from kind of my beginning starter base right behind me to my other little village that I'm building over on the other side of this little hunk of rock. So that worked out really cool. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun for me. I certainly learned something this time, and I hope you guys have a great day and have fun playing Minecraft. We will see you later. Bye.